Draft a letter from Secretary Miscellaneous Trading Company Calcutta to Srinivasan appointing him as the district representative for Madras on following terms. A. Salary of rupees 600 and all approved expenses to be paid monthly. B. Commission to be paid yearly at 4% on annual sales exceeding rupees 5,000. C. 3 months notice on either side. Srinivasan is expected to devote full time and respect confidential information relating to business dealings. Service agreements embodying the above terms to be executed before the above terms to be executed before joining duty. Company assures to do its utmost to further his prospects in return for satisfactory work. Central excise rules provide that tobacco destroyed by unavoidable fire be exempted from excise duty if stored in licensed premises. On 2nd April, fire engulfed and premises of Ramaya and Company tobacco dealers Guntur, destroying tobacco stored in unlicensed sheds inside the licensed premises. Local excise superintendent made a report to the collector central excise after inspection that though the fire accident was unavoidable since the tobacco was stored in unlicensed touched sheds, tobacco destroyed in the accident was liable to excise duty. Issue show cause notice from collector excise to the company why excise duty should not be collected. An engineering cast iron foundry wants an assistant manager for its registered office in Bombay. Draft advertisement for display in the press indicating requirements of qualifications, previous experience, salary offered, etc. Application in own handwriting with complete biodata together with copies of testimonials and passport size photos should be sent within 10 days to box number 7 Indian Express Bombay. President Hyderabad Cricket Association through letter dated 5th October this year requested government to Andhra Pradesh to declare 16 November a holiday to enable government employees to see the cricket match between West Indies and South Zone to be played at Lal Bahadur Stadium, Hyderabad, agreeing to the request. Government ordered that Saturday, the 16th November, will be a holiday for all government offices in the Twin Cities in lieu of the 9th November being Saturday. Draft memorandum for issue by General Administration Political Department under the signature of the Chief Secretary addressed to all heads of departments. There have been frequent fire accidents in your village. In a recent incident, fire engines had to be rushed from 3 different directions miles away from the village and that took time. Firefighting staff were not alert and did not start immediately. After reaching the village, one engine failed to operate. Antisocial elements exploited the confusion and carried away belongings of the victim. Immediate relief measures were not also taken up. Write a representation to the Minister for Revenue on behalf of the villagers bringing out the above points. Suggest establishments of fire stations at all headquarters of Panchayat Samitis. Request for liberalization of rules to enable local officials to give immediate relief in terms of money and material. The Chief Minister said, "We are meeting today in a formal conference of district collectors after a long interval. Though we had hoped to convene this meeting some time ago, it was not possible to do so for a variety of reasons. I am glad that we have now been able to hold this conference since it gives us an opportunity to take stock of the work turned out during the last few years and also make plans for the future. While I compliment you on the able manner in which you were able to deal with the situation arising out of the cyclones and floods which caused tremendous devastation in many parts of our state, I would like to remind you that this is no time for resting content with past achievement. The problems that remain to be tackled are many and complete. The tasks yet to be undertaken are difficult and strenuous. and above all the time at our disposal for accomplishing these tasks is limited and diminishes with every passing pay. For some years now, you have been associated with a variety of developmental activities. It would be ideal to deny that substantial progress has been made in a number of directions. The onset of the Green Revolution in agriculture and the gradual industrialization of the state have undoubtedly resulted in great prosperity in rural and urban areas. But as it has now come to be better realized, the benefits following from these significant developments have not always been evenly distributed. We find now to our dismay that nearly 25 years after independence, there still remain in our country large sections of people who have hardly been touched by the general progress, let alone a fair share of the fruits of development. Let us take, for instance, the tribals. They have been neglected for decades, and this has resulted in their economic and social backwardness. No doubt, after independence, something was done for them, but it was not enough. As a result, we saw the beginning of a growing unrest leading to a serious threat to law and order. I think we must confess that it is only within recent years that the imperative need for promoting the welfare of scheduled tribes has been appreciated in its correct perspective. We are now trying to make up for lost time. This year we have increased our budgetary allocation for this sector by as much as 1000%, a rate of increase which is perhaps without parallel in the whole country. We also hope to maintain this level of investment in the coming years, but there is no room for self satisfaction or any complacency. We are only repaying slowly and in debt which is long overdue. Besides, there are a Harijans who comprise nearly 15% of our population. A number of measures have been undertaken for their uplift, and there is no need that some sections among them have marched forward on the road to progress. But there still remain large numbers of Harijans in rural parts who are still compelled to satisfy with a standard of living far below that enjoyed by their more prosperous brethren. You are aware that we have already made a beginning in the formulation and implementation of a variety of programs intended to benefit the weaker sections of our society. I have earlier referred to the increased allocation of funds being made available for the welfare of tribals. We are also proposing to extend and diversify the content of our schemes for the Harijan community.